It honestly for me wasn't as bad as I really thought it was gonna be. Worst part was the fact that they stuck a tube down my nose and throat. I feel as if you go to somewhere else that's not a surgery center, if you go somewhere that's not connected to hospitals and it's just like a dentist that are just, you know, specialized in wisdom teeth removals, you probably won't have to do the things that I did. So if you are, you know, going to a regular dentist, like, don't think that what I went through you're also going to go through. Hey guys, welcome back to another story time. So I wrote down, I don't know if you can see it, it says story time at the top. This is not my phone, it's my brother's phone, but I wrote down in my notes every single thing that happened up to like a couple hours after my surgery. Okay, so this story time is about when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, freaking shoved down my mouth. I don't know. I had 4 wisdom teeth, all 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got them all taken out, and they were, one of them or 2 of them were going in like sideways. Clearly that wasn't okay, so we took them out. I was supposed to get them literally taken out like for like a year, and then like I was finally got them taken out. I was like, okay. Anyway, so this story starts the day before I got it taken out, and I got my wisdom teeth taken out January 2nd of 2020. So at night, I wasn't supposed to like eat or drink anything for 12 hours. My dad told me that he's like, can't drink or eat anything, right? So I'm sitting in my room in my bed, like I'm just like up, like just like on Instagram, like on YouTube, like I'm bored, I'm just up. It's like 12, like, you know, we just had Christmas break. I was just up really late, you know, which 12 isn't even that late, but like when you have to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, it's kind of like late, you know. So I was up and I was like hungry, so I had a candy cane in my room that I had brought in my room. Mind you, I'm not supposed to be eating in my room, but like I got the candy cane that I had in my room and I ate it. I started eating it. So I'm eating it, and then I realized that I'm not supposed to be eating. Like, I don't know if that means I'm fat, that I just like eat without like anything, but like I was not supposed to be eating. So like I take a video, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm gonna die. Like,
guys, so I have surgery tomorrow, and I'm not supposed to have food past 12 a.m. It's like 12:30, and I'm eating a candy cane. I think I'm gonna die.
Like I'm texting my boyfriend at the time, like I'm gonna die, like I'm literally gonna die, like I'm eating, like I'm gonna throw up in my sleep, like I'm gonna die, like I'm literally gonna die. I don't even think my dad knows that I ate the cane. Anyway, I was scared, like scared out of my mind. I start watching YouTube videos about getting your wisdom teeth taken out, and I started to cry because I was so scared that I was gonna die because of the candy cane. But mind you, I didn't eat the whole candy cane. Like I just was like licking and like sucking it. Like that sounds bad, but I didn't like chew it and like swallow it, if that makes sense. Like I like it just like dissolved in my mouth basically. So like yeah. But anyway, I started to watch YouTube videos about like how it works and everything, and from the videos that I seen, people, you know, you went in, you have your clothes on, they put this thing on, they give you the anesthesia, you put it on, you fall asleep, they take it out, you're good, you're dumb, you say dumb stuff, etc., etc. So that's what I expected. But I went to sleep at 3 a.m. Mind you, I had to wake up at 5:45 a.m. So I didn't sleep that much, but like doesn't really matter. So I got ready, I got up, I got my alarm went on, I got up, I put on a little bit of waterproof mascara. I don't know, I was just like, I'm not gonna let these doctors see me ugly, you know. I brushed my hair as I should, brushed my teeth, and then I got a bag, right, and I put like anything that I ever need, because I was going to this surgery center and my mama and pop-up was gonna be there as well, and just in case a guy like was gonna go with my pop-up or was gonna go with my mom, like I just got a bag, like it literally had clothes, like my charger, my AirPods, like anything I'd ever need. Like my mom picked me and my dad up at 6 o'clock. My dad couldn't drive because he had just recently got out of a surgery as well, so he couldn't drive. So she brought us to the surgery center. We got there. She was talking, and my mom was talking to me in the car, and it was annoying kind of, because I don't like it when people talk to me in the morning. Like, no offense to her, like thank you for driving me to like the place and like getting up early, etc., being there for me. But like, she was like, how was your day? Like, how was your week? Like, how was your new year? And I'm just like I woke up like 5 minutes ago. Like I just woke up. Like I'm about to go into surgery for the first time. Like, so anyway, when we got there, my dad signed me in, and I got a wristband, and it was saying like my full name, my date of birth, my gender, you know, stuff like that, how old I was, I don't know. And my pop-up got there, and he was talking so loud. Mind you, we got there, and the surgery center had like just opened. Like, it literally just opened, so we were like the only people there. And because they schedule like the wisdom teeth thing by like the youngest to oldest, because it's like fasting. Is it fasting or fasting? I forget. I don't know. I don't care. It's easier for kids or like younger people to whatever, not eat for a certain amount of time when they're asleep, and then they can go do it, rather than like, you know, you're getting your wisdom teeth taken out at 2 p.m. like, you can't eat from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. like, that'd be hard for a kid. So, you know, they schedule youngest to oldest, and I guess I was the youngest that day, which thank you dear God, because like, just get it over with. Not that I don't even really eat in the morning right away, so it doesn't really matter about that, but like, thank you dear God. But my pop-up was talking so loud. He was making me mad. Like, he was making me really mad. Like, he always talks, like, no offense to him, like, I love him so much, but like, we're in like a public place, he's talking so loud. Like, the nurses can hear you in the back. Like, they can hear you. Like, they can hear what you're talking about. Like, they can hear what you're talking about. Like, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, can you not? So then the nurse called my name and brought me back at like 6:50. The whole time when I was in the waiting room, I was just on my phone, on Instagram, you know, texting people, even though like no one was up, but like, you know, yeah. But yeah, at 6:50 she called me back. So she went to go weigh me, and then she asked about my height, and I told her I was like 5'2", because at the time I was 5'2", but I'm 5'3", because I'm tall. And then she told me that she was going to open these doors, right? And they were going to open, like, towards me. She was like, watch out. And I think she pressed the button to open it. Maybe she was a witch and she just, like, opened it by herself. Like, I don't know, Karen. But, like, are you, like, a witch? I don't know. Mind you, I was also tired at this time, so I don't even know. But she directed me to go into a bathroom, which was, like, right to the right of where I walked in. Like, literally was the first door on the right. And she told me how to pee in the cup. And I was on my period, so I was just like, I don't really know how that's gonna work, Karen. I told her, I was like, I'm on my period. She's like, that's fine, like, go ahead and pee in the cup. And I was like, okay. So I go in the bathroom, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to pee in a cup? Like, how am I supposed to pee in a cup? Like, I haven't drunk anything for like 12 hours, like more than 12 hours. Like, I haven't, like, wait, what? Like, what? Like, what am I supposed to pee out of? Like, my mucus? Like, what am I supposed to pee? Like, you know, long story short, I still peed. I don't really know how that worked. I don't know. But she took me to my room, and I handed her my pee. That sounds disgusting, anyway. And then I had to get into some ugly socks and, like, a gown. Like, did I not say in the beginning that in the videos, like, they, like, stayed in their regular clothes? Like, they stayed in their sweatpants and they're, like, you know? Like, if you, like, watch, like, other people's things, like, they don't, like, get naked. Like, they, like, have their clothes on, and like, it's okay. But like, I had to like put on these like gown where I'm naked and like put these socks on, hospital socks. But then again, mind you, where I went, it wasn't like a normal dentist. It was like a surgery center where it was hooked up with like the hospital. So I guess it's like a procedure where they take. So whatever. I also had to put on my hairnet. Mind you, I have my ears pierced at the top. The girl was like, Karen, we're gonna call her Karen. She was like, yeah, you need to take them out. And I was like, I can't, like, they're gonna close. And she was like, okay, like, I can like tape them or something. Mind you, I had like these in the bottom, like, it wasn't this, I don't think. I believe it was my studs. Wait, no, it actually might have not been. I don't know, but she taped it and I had my hairnet on, and it's like I looked like a freaking lunch lady. It was not okay. Then she gave me a hot blanket, which, mind you, that joint felt so good. Like when it was hot, like it was warm, like it was like that was valid. Like do that again. And she was asking me questions like do you have sex, like you know, just like hospital questions that they ask before a procedure, like I don't know, like is your pee red, like I don't know, but they just ask you questions, you know, ask me if I do drugs. Then she brought back my test of my pee and said that I don't have any STDs, which I already knew that, but like I have no STDs. Can't relate to y'all hoes on Instagram hoes, but like anyway, so then my dad came back to my room and I met my nurse, Maddie, and she was so nice. She told me everything about the surgery and that I was gonna have to get a tube through my nose, tube down my nose into my throat so that I could breathe or something. Like I don't really know. Like all I know is that I did not see no tube in my nose, but I definitely felt it after. Anyway, and then she was about to put the IV in, and I was about to cry because like the whole time I was just like, I don't really care about getting my, like I'm gonna be sleep, like I'm about to have best sleep ever, but like I'm gonna have to get a needle in my hand, like that's going to hurt. Like I've never gotten an IV before, like I don't do this, like I don't do this, like did I say I don't do this? Because I don't do this. And I was about to cry, but then I didn't. And she poked me like once. When I say poke, I mean like she put the needle in my hand and like took it back out and was like, like that wasn't the best. But when I tell you, when she was flicking my hand, like she was like flicking it, like flip, like have you ever like flick your hand about like 4 times with your nail, like in a row at the same place? It hurts. To like get my blood flowing, which it definitely worked, but it didn't work good enough because clearly when she put the needle in, it wasn't in the best place. So she took it out and then like, you know, dabbed my blood up and then put it back in. It was actually on with my left hand because I write with my right hand, so she didn't with my left hand. But yeah, she put it in my vein finally. But it was more closer to my wrist, I believe. It was more closer to my wrist rather than like right here, where it was more like close to my. And she put something into my IV. It was clear, so I don't really know what it was. Like, were you putting water into my body? Like, I do not know. Like, I don't know what it was putting into my body, but. And then my actual doctor that was like doing the actual work, was late because of traffic. And, you know, I was like plotting on my dad. I was like, you know, what if he's not actually late, like because of traffic? Like what if he's just late to like every single appointment because like he doesn't care? Like he's the doctor, he can do anything he wants. Like what if he's just late? I was literally just talking nonsense. But anyway, then my nurse Maddie and then this other guy asked me if I wanted drugs. And I was like, yeah. But they were like, no, seriously, they were like, do you want drugs to like calm you down? Like, are you nervous? Like, we can give you something and it'll calm you down. And I was like, you know, how could I say no to that? You know, like, go ahead, like, give me drugs. Like, go ahead, give me drugs. So, they gave it to me, and then I was like a little high. After my doctor got there, they finally disconnected me from the IV stand, and then they rolled me into the surgery room. So I was sitting in a chair and it was rolled, like I literally didn't get up for like literally hours. Like the moment that I sat in that chair, I didn't get up again. Like, after I peed, I did not get up at all. So then my dad went back into the waiting room. It was around 9 a.m. Mind you, my appointment was for like 7:30. Like I got there at like 6:30. Like I got there around like 6:10 or something like that. So then they put my chair next to like the, what do you call it? Next to like the bed thing that you need to like get into and like lay straight down, like literally straight down for them to do it. So like, mind you, I'm naked, with a gown on. So like I had to like crawl into the other thing, like inch into the bed. It wasn't that great, but anyway. So like my nurse hooked me up with the anesthesia into my IV. So they put it into my IV. And they gave me this oxygen mask. I literally remember this so vividly, and it's funny. So I was like laying down, like straight down, and like I'm like looking like this, and so I'm looking at like my nurse above me like this way. So like her eyes would be like where my mouth is, and like her mouth is like where, like right here. And I was looking at her, and she was like putting the oxygen mask on me, And she was like, you're about to fall asleep, okay, honey? Like, you're about to go to sleep. Like, you're going to be asleep very, very soon. So I remember breathing 4 times, and I was just like out like a light, like gone, like goodbye. I woke up in a different room with a different nurse beside me to my right, and it was about 10 a.m. I remember looking at the clock, because there was a clock like right, like straight, just like diagonal over the clock and a clock. And I looked at the time, it was about like 10:05 or something. And I wasn't really acting weird. I didn't really say anything that I didn't want to say. Like, you know how you guys are like, oh my god, like my parents are so strict. Like, if I get my wisdom teeth taken out, I feel like I'm gonna say something that I don't want to say. Like, da 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 da. And I was like, oh my god, same. But I just started to ask the nurse a whole bunch of questions. I don't know. I remember vividly asking her, like, where are my teeth at? Because I don't know. I was like, where are my teeth at? And she was like, I don't know. And she was like, I'm gonna ask and see where they're at. And I don't think she ever did, but I do vividly remember asking her that. Then she rolled me into another room, and she got my mom and my dad, and she did like the thing where she do the thing, that thing. I got changed, and then, mind you, I couldn't stand up. Like, I wasn't allowed to stand up. Like, I literally was not allowed to stand up. Like, I had to, like, sit down. Like, I tried to stand up. They're like, no, sit down. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean sit down? Like, I'm about to stand up, put my pants on. Like, is that okay? Like, is it okay, Karen? Like, can I put my pants on? Like, can I? They're like, no, you can't stand up. Like, I'm just like, it's like, I'm, like, sitting up. Like, mind you, I'm fine. Like, I can walk. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm perfectly fine. Like, I can walk. And I'm, like, putting on my pants and my shirt and everything. And then I got my phone back, and I was really happy to get my phone back. And then they put me in a wheelchair, and I'm just like, Karen, like, I don't need this. And they wheel me to the car. It was cold this day. Let me just tell you, it was very cold. I literally had, like, a hoodie on with, like, sweatpants and, like, my slippers. But, like, it was cold. Like, it wasn't, like, it was just, like, January 2nd. Like, it was cold. But anyway, I got in the car, and I could have, literally, they put the wheelchair up to the car, and, like, I had to, like, stand up to, like, get into the car. Clearly, you can't just, like, really inch into, because, like, how a car door opens. And, like, I literally just stood up and, like, walked, like, the 2 steps that I needed to, but they were like, and I was like, I told you I could walk. I could literally walk. Anyway, I sat down, and I got into the car, and my throat and nose started to hurt. And in that moment, I was like, Maddie was freaking right. Like, they did put a tube down my throat. Like, they definitely did do that, because it hurts. It hurts. Like, it hurts really bad. Like, it's not okay. I was literally crying the whole way home. It's like, when you get your wisdom teeth taken out, there's, like, different ways you can react to, like, the anesthesia and, like, everything. You could either, like, cry. You could either, like, you know, be funny and, like, say stupid stuff. I don't really know the other options. Those are the only 2 that I know of, and I definitely was a crying one. I cried about everything. I cried the whole ride home, and I was bleeding a lot in my mouth. Like, I had, like, cotton balls in my mouth, and I was blowing my nose a lot. So we went straight to Walgreens to go get my pills from there, and then I came home to get situated. I was in my bed, you know, I took my pain pill that I needed, because I was in pain, and my dad left to go back to the store to get me, like, Jell-O and pudding, because mind you, I can't eat. Like, I can't eat. And tissues, because, like, we ran out of them. Oh my god, I know tissues! Then they came home and gave me my stuff. Right at the end, it says my nose hurts really bad, though, like, sad face, exclamation mark, and that's leading up to what I wrote, but there's more. So, like I said, it hurt really bad. Like, it did hurt, like, super bad. Like, it's not okay. I could walk. I could do stuff. I wasn't really supposed to, like, do things. Like, I was supposed to, like, sit down, like, chill, you know. And I got up because I had to use the bathroom, right? I had felt that my dad left. And I fell. I tripped over my shoe. There's actually a video of this, and it's literally hilarious. I look how good your dad now. Oh my god, I just tripped on my shoe. I tripped over my shoe, and then I went to the bathroom, and I was good. And then I came back and sat down. I literally binge watched, like, you. I binge watched, well, some about killing cats or something. I don't know. I literally binge watched the whole thing of Wizards of Waverly Place, the whole thing of Good Luck Charlie. I was binge watching so many things, so I was just like stuck in my bed, like couldn't do anything, like literally could not do like anything. No, I was just in my bed like chilling the whole time. Like I was like really upset because like around this time, like my boyfriend at the time was getting mad at me because I wouldn't FaceTime him because I couldn't speak. Because let me tell you, like I had a lisp, like I had a straight lisp, and I was like I don't know if y'all see how big my cheeks are now. They were literally like they were like so swelled up. And then after a couple of days, my cheek turned green. And like I don't know why. Like apparently it was like a bruise or something, but it was just like, oh, like okay, did I fall on grass? Because like, oh. Also, I was drooling uncontrollably. Like when I tell you, like I drooled in all the towels that we had. Like I drooled in all the towels that we had. And it's just like I had like a full pile of clothes, like just that had drool on it. And it was just like I would just like sit here like with this like thing like in my mouth. Like I probably literally have like a video of it. And like just sitting there, like just like suck, like putting it in my mouth. Because mind you, I can't suck on things, can't really swallow things like that. I literally had to I had to drink water with a spoon. So I had to like get it and like get it with my tongue and like shove it down my throat because like I couldn't like close my mouth because I couldn't do that. Also, I couldn't close my mouth like fully until like 3-4 days. Like it was literally like I had a doctor's appointment for like my checkup because I was supposed to have it in like September or October, but then it like got canceled for some reason because like my doctor was like in a family situation or something. So then it got rescheduled for January, and then my wisdom teeth removal got scheduled like a couple of days before, and we didn't know that we had a doctor's appointment for me. So we roll up to this doctor's appointment, and I have this green spot on my face, like my cheeks are swelled up, like I can walk, like I could do all this stuff, but like I couldn't like talk. I had a lisp. I was literally speaking to my doctor, like, hey, like, and she was like, yeah, like my daughter literally just got her wisdom teeth taken out. My dad was like, we have to make sure that we tell everyone that you got your wisdom teeth taken out because people are gonna think I hit you or something. I'm just like, what? And he was like, yeah, like you're gonna have to like specifically tell them. And I'm just like, okay, like okay. And also, like, let me just list you the things that I ate. I had pudding. I hated it. It was disgusting. It was like the two the consistency I didn't like from my mouth because I could barely like make it go down my throat. Literally, I had to like lodge it down my throat. Like, you know, like Angry Birds, you'd be like shooting. Yeah, like I literally had to do that with my tongue. I drank water. I had a lot of Dr. Pepper. Oh my god, that's good. Because I could still like drink like regular things. It was just like hard to drink. I couldn't really like drink multiple sips at a time. Like I literally had to like just do like a little bit at a time. Mind you, whenever I would eat or drink, like it would fall. So like at all times I had to like I had like a towel right here. Mind you, I like laid down most of the time, and it would fall down. I had Jello. I didn't really like the Jello. It was kind of nasty. Yeah, I had a lot of soup. The soup was easy to eat. I had a lot of French toast sticks. I threw up a pretzel. I thought that was so fun. Then I started eating into foods more. Before I can really eat fully, I got sent back to school for my dad, and I was like, you're going to school. It was not okay. I went to school with like my hoodie like on the full time, like with like covering my mouth mostly. Like if the teacher called me, like I would try not to speak because I still had a lisp. I literally had a lisp for like a couple weeks, which is like not okay at all, but you know, it's okay. The thing that hurt the most, which I didn't have that much pain in my mouth because I tried to take my pill. When I say it's like literally like freaking 4 different pills like each hour, like it's not okay. But anyway, I took the pain pills like every time so that I like didn't get in like really bad pain. I do not really remember my mouth being in any sort of pain. The only thing that I really remember is my nose and my throat hurting so bad because there was a tube in there. I didn't see the tube at all, but like I know it was there. Like my nurse told me that it was gonna be there, and I was like, okay. And it hurt so bad. Like I said it multiple times. Like, I was literally crying. Like I really wish I didn't put this tube in my nose. Like it hurt so bad. Like if they would have done anything, like not that. Like the IV wasn't even that bad. They could literally stick me with needles 14 more times. Then I would rather them do that than put that in my nose because it literally was like not okay at all. I didn't like it. But I recovered. I was able to eat. They stitched me up after they were done, clearly, because, you know. And I think it was like a week later, my dad promised me he was going to give me all this food. So he bought me seasons because I really, really, really wanted Cereal Bites. Like, I really, really, really love Cereal Bites. So I had it and I was like eating it. And I could like barely really chew. So I had to like get like a little part and like chew. Like, my mouth had never closed when I was eating it at that moment. And like I had like a piece of chicken stuck on like one of the sides, and I was like, what is that? Like, oh my god, like, am I gonna die? Like, showing my dad, like, it's in my mouth, like, there's something in my mouth, like, am I gonna die? Like, did they forget to take something out? Like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna die. Whole time it was a piece of chicken. Anyway, that was also, I ate a lot of ice cream. Also, the videos that are online and YouTube, you're probably not gonna go through the same things that happen on there. And yeah, I hope if you personally get your wisdom teeth taken out, you don't have to have a tube down your throat and nose, because that was the worst part. And I hope you don't have to get naked. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much.